midshipman, he'd take me under wing, like a G-tator, tactical display. And he taught me things not known to kings, no secret between him and me, like the tactics of vile Xenos as he rises in the black, and how to fight without much loss, how your crew has your back. I never will forget him, for he made me what I am. Though he may be gone, memory lingers on, and I miss him, the old man. I thought he'd live forever. He seemed so big and strong, but the minutes fly and the years roll by for a captain whose service is long. And suddenly when it happened, there was so much left unsaid. No second chance to tell him thanks, for the skipper now lies dead. I never will forget him, for he made me what I am. Though he may be gone, memory lingers on, and I miss him, the old man. He rests now in his
T-Zone 101 rated your channel with 2 viewers.
hears his dirge, a thunderous hymn from a loyal crew.
Engines roar, steel on fire, rolling fast, we never tire. Guns locked, sights are clear, the guard is coming, feel the fear. Chaos falls, they scream and run for the Emperor, we serve the gun.
Shout out to D's 101.
Faith ablaze, in his name we set the world ablaze.
Alright, we are live. Howdy, howdy. Thank you for the raid CDs. 4 hours. Good gravy. That's a big stream. The shout out thing? It's actually been there for a while. I just don't think it gets used much. All right. Yeah, true. It's not too much longer than my 3. All right. So I got a lot accomplished off stream for this guy here. And so there we go. Just trying to see the mic. Okay. You had a short 2-hour test stream this morning too. What's up, Eli? So anyway, got a lot done off stream for this executioner. Got the preliminaries done on the colors and such with the red, and then doing the kind of bronzy stream here, or bronzy trim. And now I'm just working on detail stuff for this on the chassis. Which I got the red on the gun. I got to do red on that gun next. I'm probably doing, I'm thinking blue for the ammo cans. New cam, new mic, new OBS settings, and overlays went well. Nice. Well, cheers to your new stream. Man, that's good. That is. Oof, that's delightful. What you up to, Eli?
For the Emperor!
There's Lula. Last games of the game's done quick. Cool. That's a nice Renator. Nice, nice. I agree. She probably is pretty happy not being coned up. We betrayed her a bunch today by going out as a whole family to somewhere she wasn't brought. So, two manual, Samuel and Grandma. That Grandma no. Hilarious. What's up, Demon Slayer? Two manual, Samuel and Grandma no. I am lost in that statement, Eli. I'm sorry. To the speed runs. What were they speed running? I left a vitamin. I did leave a vitamin on your desk. Did you get yourself your a drink? Oh, I had never heard of those. I'm lost. Thank you for stopping by, CDs. I'll check it out afterwards. We're still recovering from our IKEA run. That does sound crazy. I don't know how that works, but Resident Evil controller. saw some person doing a. I want to say they were playing Silk Song or Hollow Knight with a controller, and then playing it. Also, they had two games going at the same time. They were playing one with their controller and then one with the dance pad from like a DDR dance pad. I was like, that's a bit much, but hey, if it's what you want to do, I'm gonna. It's like just playing two games alone, two of the same game at the same time is nuts. But then to have two separate control modules, it's like, okay, sure. Oh god. We're back on the Night Tyrant. The Lead Belchers. It is always good to have a spare. Oh, you can't see it because the camera cuts out. Wait, if I zoom all the way out, can you see it? No, you can barely see it. So this shelf right here on my left, this is like spare paints. Just in case I finish and or use or lose them. So. Sermon Blue. But yeah, you never know when you need another paint. And fuck. I forgot how good this rum is, hon. Jeez. That is worth it. That's a sometimes rum. You gotta remind me that's a sometimes rum. Okay? Was it last week? Well, I did forget because I was drunk on steak. Let's just put I was drunk on the steak, okay? And steak tartare. And dessert. Honestly, even your tuna was like bonkers good. Sepia shade too. Sounds good. I'll check it in a bit. I don't know. Space Wolf for Bulwark, though? Ah. I saw some clips of the all the new weapons and stuff, and they look cool. The red power sword, and apparently there's a salamander's heavy and things like that. I'm like, oh, looks pretty slick. Power Fist needs some work. Call me shocked. Oh, it's isn't like there's a new like fancy Power Fist with a Melta, like a combi Power Fist thing going on. Okay. Okay, so now I'm getting the kind of the base coats, just doing some basic color work on those. Blue goes over there. Oof, that is. Okay, so we gotta let that dry up a little bit. Switch to small brush. Get this nice and wet. What was I going to do? Skull Crusher Brass. That's what I need. Mix it up. I can do. Is that working? Boob cam. Preface it to light attack. And then if you do a normal charge, heavy punch does more deepest. Interesting. Okay. Ah, so I'm going to do the sword. Get the sword hilt going. When does that patch release, Eli? I haven't paid attention in a while. The pegboard will work just fine? Oh, good to hear. Late this month or early August. Okay. I will have to check it out when it comes out. See if it's stuff I can get. Year 3 patch will be in September. Thank you. Thank you. Mary G. Ellen. The only thing I saw about that sorcerer was, I think it was the first 2 guys saying that people are going to hate this thing. He was confident people are going to just absolutely hate that thing. Double bakery there. Excuse me. See, I'm not. Dark Souls ain't my jam. I tried it. Was horrible at it. Get this Skull Crusher brass on here. Get a little bit on that side. Yeah, I've only seen a few small clips of stuff. Let's see some. We'll see. I saw some clip of like basically one-shotting boss mobs with it. Skulls done up. Sounds typical. It's like, oh yeah. Skulls done up.
Hello, it is I, Papa Nurgle.
Hello, Papa Nurgle. How you doing this evening? Thanks for making Squiggy talk. We're continuing to work on this Executioner. And when I finish this one, I can work on the next one because they're both primered up. Okay, let that dry up a bit. I'm going to. There's my Lothran Blue. You're the. No. I think this is this one's. Yeah, because this one gets that guy. He gets that base because he has room. Okay, so jump over, mix that up, grab a drink. Boot camp. Come in. Don't stop. There we go. Now you got... What are you going to get, hon? Because you got options. That, the Liquor 43. Or the, what's the name of the coffee stuff we just bought? Evil Bean? Bean? I thought you were going to go with that. The Asahi is in the fridge. Evil Bean. The Asahi, I did put all the Asahi in the fridge, so. You've got, well, you have 4 choices. I mean, because you can always have Amarula, Dorda, Evil Bean, Asahi, the Liquor 43 chocolate. Asahi is fantastic beer. We picked up a 12-pack of that. We also picked up a new coffee liqueur called Evil Bean, which is fucking chocolate coffee. It's delightful. And there's a...
Lady Night Scale rated your channel with 29 viewers.
Holy shit. Howdy, Lady Night Scale. Hi. I see you bring friends. Thank you. Thank you for the raid.
Shout out to Lady Nightscale.
Howdy, Raiders. I am the producer's son. I assemble and paint Warhammer stuff. And right now I'm working on my Chaos Knights. Working on War Dog Executioners. I customize them to kind of crazy degrees, like that Knight Tyrant chilling in the rotisserie there. These are Khorne-themed Chaos Knights, hence all my Chaos Knights have blood letters crawling out of them in different degrees. So, we've got lots going on here. Right now I'm letting a bit of this dry so I can get some of the base coats onto the base. The base will end up doing a resin pour to make it a frozen tundra texture with like on ice and rocks and stuff and snowies. So I find it to be quite relaxing, Lady Nightscale. So I support the Grey Legion's demand field time. I find the painting to be very, very relaxing and helpful for me. If anyone here is a fan of relaxing, you know what we should do? Some painting streams. Absolutely. The joint streamy thing? I'm all for that. I did a joint stream thing with the Twitch, and it actually worked really well. Like, you didn't even need the Discord side of it. But yeah, absolutely. I am all for that. But yes. Absolutely. I know I went head over heels into the mini stuff and have just been wrapped up in this so much I barely have played any games. Like, I really have barely been playing anything at all. But yeah, I'm all for it. Let's do some painting stuffs. Well, thank you. If anyone is a fan of a goofy slice of life comic about an orc and his pet squig, please check out Orc and Squig. It was written and drawn by art by Minerva Fox in the stream here. All of Us Are Orc, and Squig is based off of that mutt who's wondering what's going on upstairs. And what are you looking at, Lula? Lula? You just gonna ignore me? This dog's inability to be normal is what we base. Oh, you're making noise. Okay. She's more concerned that mommy's making noise. Oh, you hyped up Minerva? Okay, well, thank you. We appreciate that. But yeah, I'm all forward to painting stuffs. I'll message you on Discord and we'll figure this out. Figure out a good time frame to do it. Absolutely. And not to say that we can't stop talking now. I'm just thinking, I'm like, if I do this now. She did just finish a gigantic Warhammer piece. If anyone here is a fan of Warhammer, it's called Superior Firepower. Oh no! I'm sorry to hear about the unemployment. Alright. So, for the bases on these, the Chaos Knights, let me zoom on in here. You can see where this is resin with a textured stuff on top. So I will build the base up. This is cork layered up in levels to make it, build it up. And then there's texture stuff for the snow and of course skulls and things. That base is done by taking, so this is with the cork glued on it in levels and then primered. I first put down a blue on the bottom, and then I use a textured diorama FX stuff, which makes weird. Thank you, Lady Nanskill. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. The forbidden icing goes on. The forbidden icing goes on. It makes a nice dark blue kind of goopy texture, and then I'll do more color on the rocks and stuff, seal it, and then pour resin on it. So I've got a handful of that stuff. Late Night Scale. I've got the bigger ones, because I've been using tons of it on these guys here. So these folks, and then I have a couple of the small texture ones. The snow one is this Valhalla Blizzard stuff. I've used so much of it. These Chaos Knights are the first ones where I went absolutely insane on the bases. Like most of my bases are, I've done very simple things like, this little Termagant here with just nice little sandy base. I've done some swampy graveyards. But these guys are the first ones where I'm like, you know what? I want to go fucking batshit on the bases. So I looked into all kinds of craziness to go batshit on the bases. You're not boring. I brought home you can't see it now because Lula's in the way. We'll get there, Lady Nanskill. Don't stress. The knight I brought home was the tyrant that's in this box right here behind me. That's the rotisserie. That'll be. You'll see more of that in a minute when the timer for Lula runs out. Or the timer for her camera. She looks so sad with her piece of cheese. All right, so I gotta let that dry up over here. Grab a detail. The blue looks good. It's dried up. The red's good and dried up. Demon, the sword needs to be cleaned up. I can do a little bit of white dry brush on the skulls and this. And then I can do a white detail work on the Battle Sisters helmet over here. So let's do that next. Grab a fine dry brush. Grab my layer of white scar. Mix this up. Okay. Now the camera's flipped back. The knight I brought home was that guy up there before he was modified. That one has the Anubis head and leg extensions and waist extensions and blood letters and skulls and decals. And then all the chains in the base and stuff. That one went a little bit nuts. But that's the Knight Tyrant, who's the big gun of all the knights. So let's get this going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of dry brush of a white over some of these skulls here. Yes, the jackal-headed death god of the Egyptians. Oh, it's this weekend? Oh no, I thought it was next weekend. Or no, wasn't it later in the... Wasn't it late? I thought it was like the 20th. Oh, that's annoying. Alright, well, we'll tell Juliet and we'll have to make it up to her. Oh, that explains it. Alright, we'll tell the Monsters Truck and we'll make it up to her. We'll check its next location. G-Fest is a Godzilla convention that happens out here. And the Monster Truck, who's the name for the daughter, is a huge Godzilla fan. So we've gone to G-Fest a couple times. She's enjoyed it. I didn't even think about it. Yeah, she it was funny because the Godzilla thing, we didn't know anything about this. And I can't remember how it came up. We saw something about Godzilla, and she's like, "Oh, that's from so and so Godzilla," and we're like, "You know Godzilla?" And she's like, "Yeah." She ended up watching like all the old original Godzillas from like the 50s and stuff on YouTube. She ended up watching them all, and she's like, "That's the one she loves." Like she likes where it's Godzilla, the monsters fighting monsters. She's not a big fan if there's too much humans talking. She wants to see the monsters fight. So, good gravy, that's good. I'm taking respect. So it's not an extension of Gits or anything, right? It's just a whole different take of the show, Eli. So let's get this visor for the panel sister done up.
Silliest Bears followed your channel.
Excuse me. Well, thank you for the follow, Silliest Bear. Appreciate that. Here is a rather silly earth sign. Oh. Well, we be pretty silly here. I don't know if we're on silly earth sign levels, but that's yours. You the silly bear. Yes, madam?
I'm just giving you back Space Marines.
Oh, okay. Give me back Marines
Yeah.
that were stolen.
You provided to them, to me.
Some of my Dark Angels ran away. You can go back here. That's where you are. And then... Oh, actually, this works out. Because now that I have the Armageddon box, which is chilling up there, the Space Marine Captain with the jump pack, because now I have more. Now I have a full assault squad, because now I've got the assault marines that come in the Armageddon box, the chaplain that goes with it. I have a Terminator chaplain, and now I got this guy. I forgot about this guy. So. Totally forgot I bought that, picked that one up. I have a headache, so I ended the stream. Quiet, me. Root beer sucks. Now the question is, what kind of root beer? We talking IBC? We talking Barks? Barks is bite. We got the Barks with the socks. A&W. That's solid stuff. I miss their restaurants. They were actually fun. Barks is for you. All right. I haven't had cream soda in ages. Get the teeth on this bloodletter done up real quick. Do the eyes afterwards. Alright, so. Is this still there? I figured that had gone away by now. I remember that was the only place I remember seeing one, but I didn't think. Oh, and not only are we getting Wazdaga back, that model is fucking phenomenal. The Orcs absolutely won Armageddon as far as models. They get the best looking stuff. By far. I think I gotta do a Black Templar contrast for there. There's, you know, all there's so many little details even on the ones in the base box. Your sad Yarrick is back. But he's so cool looking. I think he's going to die on Armageddon. Or I've heard it. The hot take I've heard and hope is the case is that the Orcs win, for all intents and purposes, Armageddon. And they keep Yarrick alive. This is true. But the take I've heard is that they would hope that Yarrick, the Orcs win, and Gaz does some crazy, you know, orky batshit insanity that basically traps Yarrick in an endless battle with him, Yarrick and Gaz on Armageddon for all of eternity. I've also heard a hot take that I think would be fun. Is Gaz is, I can't remember which one is brutally cunning and which one's cunningly brutal, Gork or Mork. Whichever one is brutally cunning or cunningly brutal is Gaz, and the brutally cunning one, or the cunningly brutal, or no, brutally cunning is Yarrick, and cunningly brutal is Gaz. And basically, the two of them, would become the embodiment of Gork and Mork, forever fighting. I heard that take, and I'm like, that would be awesome. Are they going to do it? I highly, highly doubt that, but it'd be fun. The two of them just stuck forever, and Armageddon is just this eternal battle where troops keep coming back. Okay, thank you. I couldn't remember which one it was. So Gaz would be Gork, and Yarrick would be Mork. The two of them would basically ascend to become the god, the manifestations of those gods, and be forever stuck fighting in Armageddon. That way you could take them out of the active lore, but still have them there if people want to be like, oh, I want to do a cool Orc versus Guard battle. Like, okay, here you go. You still have those two in that situation, but they're out of the rest of the rotation. Howdy, Andres. I hope your workday is close to finishing, and thank you for clanging. All right, so I got contrast up there. So I need a little bit of Psycho Brown there, actually.
For the Emperor!
Ah! Lula Cam. Okay, well, you want to see the dog. There's the Lula. She is attaining her squareness. It's only starting. Ah, sorry to hear, sir. I hope it goes quick then. But yeah, so Lady Nice Gal, that's what it would be then. You have the Gork. Gaz is Gork. Yarrick is Mork. That'd be my hope. I mean, that's going for a stretch here, but rhombusness. Would that happen between Gork and Mork? I don't think so. Oop. I'm still hoping that Lehman Russ. Exactly. It's an internal Orc. That's the thing, is like, I think that would just become, they would be the manifestation of that eternal conflict. So there's hope. I know that we should find out results for the battle for Deathmire. Unfortunately, the Marines have won the first 2 weeks, but from what they were saying, oh god, UFC crowd rolling in. Yeah, hopefully they tip well, and you get lots of it. But from what they were hinting at the reveal show, they said that the Orcs look like they're doing pretty well for week 3. So I'm hoping that the Orcs win week 3 of Hive Deathmire, because then we should see some more of the Orc reveals, because I want to see the new bikes up close. The new truck looks fantastic. I can't wait to have fun kit bashing the snot out of that thing. There was a sneaky leak of the new knobs models. So, this one actually an intended leak, not their, oh no, we accidentally leaked. No, they did accidentally leak this. So, the models are looking so much fun. Because I want to do their own shorts and orcs. It was people on the internet being people on the internet. So during the reveal show, they showed off the Orc Codex, which is the first one coming out, which is great. and they showed that the codexes are going to be cheaper, which was a huge thing. Like, holy shit, they're going to be cheaper. And in the video, in the stream, one of the hosts took the Orc Codex and was like, "Oh, you can see the Orc Codex," and he flipped through it quickly, just like full on flipped, and people were frame by framing and pulling out like, "Holy shit, I did." Miniature Masters. I did watch the first episode. Some fun artificial manufactured drama, but bloody hell, the skill on those people for 8 hours. It was insane. Those people, I don't think they referenced Steve. Yeah, the show is they obviously they did some manufactured drama, and even they kind of went yeah, and they actually did a whole video about yeah they manufactured the drama, but the painters they brought in, the talent and the skill those folks have, more the skill than anything else, was ridiculous. Like even the person that felt like the least experienced was nuts. Yeah, one lady, she's like, "Oh yeah, I don't really paint Warhammer. Let me try this one." And like, damn, they were good. They had 8 hours to paint one model, and they had to push themselves. And they have your judges are Emil and Lucas. Exactly, they did kind of take it tongue in cheek. They were like, "Yeah, we kind of have to." They absolutely did. But your judges are Emil and Lucas, of course. But then the other two judges are one guy has two Slayer. One guy is multiple Golden Demon winner. That's his freehand work is like he paints art on the minis. Like he'll just do cool art pieces. And the other guy has 2 Slayer swords and like 30 Golden Demon wins. Like he is the number one. And I remember seeing. He won one of his Slayer swords, if I remember correctly, was his sorcerer model that was unrealistically cool. Like they had a picture of him, and his like shelf behind him is all these golden demon statues with a Slayer sword above it, and then another Slayer sword just off to the side. It's like, okay. But those are the judges, and the judges were helping. Like you could see that the drama was manufactured a bit because during the competition, like the painters were actually like, "Oh, hey, do you have this?" "Oh, yeah." Like they were helping each other out. One of the people wanted to kit bash the Votann character, one of the winners. She wanted to kit bash the head, and then she went around, and one of the people was doing Saint Celestine, and she had an extra head. It's like, "Oh, take this." Like they were helping each other out and doing stuff like that. It was a fun 40-minute watch. Can't wait to see the next challenge, which looks to be they're all going to be time-based things. But I know one of them is going to be a bust, and that's one I kind of want to see. Like the woman that did one of the other, they had 2 winners for the first episode, and one did a Votann. Not bust. Sorry. They might have a bust. You never know. The one winner did a Votann, one of the Votann characters that she modified to put a face on it, and she did this brilliant glow and off-source lighting paint. The other winner took the I think it's the Void Dragon, the newest Satan. I think it's the Void Dragon model. Modified it heavily on the base and did this like cool, almost ghostly light effect thing going on with this like spear coming out of like a gold, molten gold in the front. It was like, damn. They were seriously impressive. I'm looking forward to the next episode. Yeah, yeah, both of them are insane. If I remember correctly, I think the Bora Kavlo is the one I was thinking of that did did the one that I remember specifically seeing, and he won a Slayer sword for it. See, that's some pretty slick stuff. I will get to that point eventually of doing things at that level. I'm stepping it up with every one I've been doing lately. These nights were a huge step up in effort. Did more work on the bases and these than I've ever done, like this guy here. You know, he's got a broken Wraith Knight. He's stomping on a broken Wraith Knight sword in there, and in his hand is the Wraith Knight's head. Let me just take his arm off. You know, focus. I'm doing more with the claws. And I actually made a point, I actually worked on posing him. Exactly. Yeah, you got extra bits, might as well use the bits. And I've got a Knight Lancer over here that I should, hopefully, I'll find out tomorrow if the manager of the store I go to every week has tons of extra stuff that he's kind of like held on to. So he's going to check and see if he's got extra pieces I need to build that up the way I want it. And I found these ice spell resin bits. They're printed out like ice spikes. So what I'm going to do is that one's going to have a two-handed axe hitting the ground, shooting up spikes of ice and blood. So that one I got to do some. That'll do some work on that. So all right. I think we're good to do a little bit of dry brush on the white up here. But yeah, you should. The Squidmar folks are. They're both brilliant. My favorite model. We got to meet Lucas, and he was very humble and very kind, and likes Minerva's comic. And it was funny because we got to meet him at the Golden Demon, where he won his first Golden Demon, his first gold. So it's a fun claim to fame. If you ever see, like, if you go back and watch some of it, the videos of his, look up where he did his custom Nagash model. That is one of my favorite models. I mean, the thing's like this big. It's ridiculous what he did to it. But that one, I think, is one of my favorites. It's just nuts. All right. Yeah, just look up there when he did his Nagash. It's one of the older videos, but it's like something like, it took me 4 years to finish this model. And I can see why. He did so much custom work, kit bashing and modifying and doing all this stuff on it, and then painted it immensely well. Just like this is just fun. And I did order a set of their brushes. So that should ship soon. Let's just clean up. If you like, if anyone is enjoying the the Warhammer music, check out Mano there. Oh, thank you, Silliest Bear. I appreciate the compliment. I aim to be entertaining, sometimes in good ways, sometimes in bad. All right, so now I need to dry brush Fulgrim Pink on the small dry brush on the bloodletter here. I want to do a shade. I think I'm just going to Nuln Oil these. So I think that's going to be the best. So Arjax Earthshade, I think, might have a different tint on it than I want. So Arjax Earthshade work well on the blue, but I don't know if it's going to work well on this red. Do I have another one of these? That's Emperor's Children. I thought I had another Fulgrim Pink. I could use Emperor's Children. I'd like to use Fulgrim Pink. I just talked about having spares. Let me check my spares. Get up there. I'm burning through so much Puritan paint. It's Cacophony. I don't have another. Thought I did. Got Cacophony for the Nids. Oh, I think I bought an extra Cacophony instead of a Fulgrim Pink. This is a little... I think I'm done with my and another one bites the dust. Missed the trash cans. 2 feet away from me and I miss it. Pardon me rolling. Son of a biscuit. Why am I having struggles? There we go. Okay, so we will have to run to Emperor's Children then. It's not quite the bright pink I wanted, but it is still a bright pink. So I'm out of Fulgrim. I've got Emperor's Children, so that's more Emperor's Children, right? That's Emperor's Children. Alright then. Apparently I'm using up all my pink. Giggity. Apparently we're still doing phrasing. Emperor's Chitlins. Yeah, see, that's what it's supposed to look like. Yeah, as I was saying, if you like the Warhammer music, check out Mano Music Tributes. He has graciously let me use his Warhammer music without asking for license or payment. So I will make a point to shout him out. He produces it and writes it and does everything he can for it. He's an old Warhammer fan from down under. Usually come on here and be like, "Good morning." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forget you're a day ahead of me." He's a nice person. So. I'm all for now. I got on-theme music. So, Like that. Just a little bit dry brush in there. There we go. Okay. Emperor's chitlins. Emperor's got lots of chitlins apparently. Did you get yourself a drink, hon? It can fold down? Oh, because you're still setting up your the pegboard. You should consume food. Yes, you should consume food. Hopefully it will lessen your headache and make you feel better. I agree with that. What are your options? Present us with that. We will help you choose. Bananas. Yeah, take a look at the fridge. Well, we will be here. You got me for another 2 hours tonight. So Comfort, there is nothing lazy about Comfort cereal. I'm all for a bowl of Comfort cereal. That's the reason I go through the Frosted Mini Wheats, which I gotta get more Frosted Mini Wheats. I like my Frosted Mini Wheats. That one I did the Tyrant. I did Doomfire Magenta. Do I want to do more? I could do the Doom. This is the Magmadra Flame. That's the Doomfire Magenta. What's wrong with the Magmadra Flame? I'm muttering as to what contrast paint I want to use on top of the Bloodletter here. So I'm trying to keep them somewhat consistent for some stuffs. Alright, so we'll get in here and do a little contrast run over this. Let's be a little careful since this is the first one I have him bursting out of the cockpit. I should do that for the Night Lancer. I could have the multiple Bloodletters coming out of the cockpit because that one has a finished interior. Okay, so that's what I'm doing with the Night Lancer then. It's going to have multiple Bloodletters forming out of the cockpit. Because it has a cockpit compartment in that one. So I'll be able to do. I could build up the green stuff to make a blob of blood, and have the Bloodletters, like multiple Bloodletters coming out of it in like different directions. Like it's expanding it out of there. That's what I'm going to be doing. Okay. I'm hoping I'll be starting the assembly on that last night next week. I'm hoping. The potential delay is in the bits. I need a couple specific bits for that Night Lancer. I need a Thunder Strike Gauntlet from an Imperial Knight, because on the Imperial Knight version it's a right hand, whereas the Chaos Knight ones are all left hands. So, and on the Night Lancer it has a left hand, or it has a no, wait a minute, I think I got that backwards. No, I need a left hand. The Imperial Knights are left hands. The Chaos Knights are right hands. So The Knight Lancer is the only Imperial Knight that has a right hand, and it's holding a shield. I'm going to put that shield's going on its back, but I need a left hand because on that one there isn't a hand there. It's only the shock lance, which like is like hooked up to the arm, but there's no actual hand there. So I got to get a hand to hold that. I'm going to use the shaft from the shock lance to be as the handle for a two-handed axe. And I'll be using the blades, chain blades from a couple of the Chaos Knights and the leftover chain blades from these armigers to build a double-headed giant Chaos chain axe. So that's where I gotta find the bits, basically. If I can get the bits, I should be able to start the construction on it this week. So now I gotta get my technical blood for the blood god, which makes my wife go crazy. It is gonna be complicated. It's gonna be a complicated build. Because I'm going to need to... That one is very posable, thankfully. Because I can't have... The way the arms are on the Knights, these giant shoulder pads kind of stop it from going overhead. So I can only have it like up like this. So instead of that, I want it to be... I'm going to have the Knight Lancer... Because his legs aren't widespread like this guy here. They're much closer together like they are the Tyrant there. So I'm going to have it basically be on the back edge of the base in going lengthwise. So it's going to be on this side of the base facing that way. And I'm going to have the axe be on the ground as if it just swung. I'm going to carve a chunk out of the rock that's there. So, and then I'm going to use this ice spike stuff to make the like explosion basically as the axe hits the ground. So I'm going to have the two hands on the axe in the ground. The thing's going to be leaning down. I don't know if I have something I can have it chopping up. I might be able to dig up some pieces and see if I can find some bits to have it chopping up stuff. But that's the plan at the moment. So it's going to be a complex model. And also, because the Knight Lancer is tall, by doing that, I will keep it shorter than the Tyrant. 'Cause I want the Tyrant to be the tallest one. That's why he's got the leg extensions and the waist extension. Excuse me. So. That is the plan for... That one's going to be that's going to be the most dynamic one. Hopefully the most dynamic one I'll make. So far. Unless I get contracted to do some more or something. Alright. So, all my skulls and everything here are coated in the technical paint Blood for the Blood God. Which gives it this nice wet blood. The only one I didn't get... Oh, no, actually I did. The Tyrant is as dynamic as he gets with nothing but guns. I have it stepping up out of the ice. So... It did get a bit more dynamic. I think one of definitely with like compared the Abominant to the Despoiler to the Rampager definitely got more dynamic. So. if I get them, you know. I got to, after this will be finished up the Castors, which they got more dynamic, and then I will get them all finished up. It's going to have that completed. And then it'll be the NIDS, which I do have a few more NIDS to build. But mostly it's just painting up painting up a few models, and then doing some bases, and then the Tyranids are done. I'm gonna start thinking of how I want to do the orcs. I mean, other than Arnold Schwarzenegger orcs. And I still want to do my big diorama from Son of the Forest. I think it'd be doing diorama would be something very different and very kind of neat. Do a full-on diorama. Trying to challenge myself with each one of these. The whole to be created pile, I do. I mean, I got through these nights pretty damn quick, though, honestly. And I still want to get in for a, hopefully a league. Because they're talking about it, so I want to get playing some 11th edition. Okay, so I need to do Wraithbone. Is that my Wraithbone? That's my Wraithbone. But yeah. Go get your drink, hon. Before it gets too late. Go get a drink before it's too late. We will work on the camera placement. Because I do want to get a couple, I want to get another one of these mounts when we go to Micro Center tomorrow. So we will have plenty of time to play with camera placement. Excuse me. So I'm doing a little bit of white because I did white on the jaws here. So I did a base of a gray. Now I'm using some Wraithbone. And then I'll do I did Skull Crusher Brass for the teeth on the other ones that had this face. So I'll do that as well. But first we go to the Fancy Dancy Crazy Cool Paints. I like this red. This red's cool. Proof the boob works in all paints. Alright. Boop. I do like the Vallejo stuffs. Okay, so we're gonna take. So I already did on the eye in here. I did a base of a gray, that way to cover up over the. So just gonna get a bit of this red ink. Just drop that in there. Okay. Now, honestly, not too far off in this guy. Just need to do some shading, which is next. Going to grab what's left. I'm getting a beer. This is old Nuln Oil. There's not much left in it anymore. You can see just how little is in there. It's just like right there. Getting an Asahi. Is beer. Hooray, beer. Yep. So let's get it dry. Oh, let's do a little experiment on this panel here. Eli is correct in the statement of it. It's one of the best summer beers. So light and crisp. If you're on Blue Sky, you can follow along with all my work off stream there. I post daily updates on the hobby stuffs. The link is right there. I'll also post occasionally fun stuff. Work from the wife. I try to repost every time I see it, and just for some reason I don't see your stuff all the time. You've seen my feed. It's like random. It's like, oh hey, art, minis, art, porn, art, minis. It's like random porn. Like, all right. Just doing a bit of a shade. Yeah, I don't know how Blue Sky's algorithm works. As I don't. Because you'd think all the stuff I like and repost would be the first things I see, like, you know, people, stuff from those people, but not as such. Nah, that's probably true. Yeah, it's like... Okay, now... Non-oiling.
For the Emperor!
She looks so sweet. Yeah, I think she's definitely feeling better now that she's had like a couple days no cone. She's definitely feeling better.
The Scarecrows subscribed to your channel for 2 months.
That is Scarecrows. Thank you for the sub, sir. How be you tonight? Actually, not far from this. Do a little bit. Some Wolf Scouts. Nice. You get peer pressured into buying them. Fair enough. I'll salute and thank you for the sub. Woo. Almost 2 mil. That's damn nice. Is that more than the last one, Eli? That feels like it is. Close? Okay. What was the big item that people won this round? Like, I know they had some really cool stuff the last couple times. So, all right, Scarecrows, please enlighten. How did you get peer pressured into buying Wolf Scouts? Or someone said, hey, buy some Wolf Scouts. Sword and Shield from Van Eyck. Okay, that's pretty cool. But yes, Scarecrows. I look forward to hearing how the peer pressure happened. Because it just sounds like fun. Definitely want to get in here and do some touch-ups on that. So, cover that one up. Hello there, Papa Smurf. Hello there, stumbling a channel and starting a Chaos Knights army. Ah, okay. War dog bots don't have the tail option. Okay, so all right, Papa Smurf. Well, first, welcome to the channel. My Chaos Knights are very custom, I would say. The closest to stock is probably some of my brigands. I'm gonna grab another carnivore out here. So, I love kit bashing to extreme degrees. This brigand here is probably one of the closest to stock on the War Dogs. So, if you ignore the Bloodletter demon coming out of the top, this is pretty much stock on it. Other than the base. I'm doing very custom bases where they're stepping out of, like, they're running across a frozen, icy kind of tundra thing going. All my War Dogs, all my Chaos Knights are bleeding Bloodletters, because I'm doing a Khorne theme here. So that is where they have that. That'd be the closest to stock. Things like the carnivores, I did more advanced on the posing. I modified a bit. I kind of cut stuff back here, tweaked the chassis over, and did things like that to customize them. It gets a little crazier when you see things like the Rampager here. This big guy is very custom. He's got extra leg joints to make him taller. I angled the torso into more of a looming position. He's stepping on a Wraith Knight's blade. He's got a Wraith Knight's head in one hand. This crazy custom chain claw thing I made up. Lots of bits, lots of custom stuff, like using extra pieces and things. The tails. So these guys here, these are actually the Armigers kits from Imperial Knights, and I'm building them as War Dog Executioners because they're the only way to get the Executioners. The Chaos Knight War Dog kit doesn't have the autocannons to make Executioners out of them, so I had to use Armigers. These tails actually are leftover pieces from the Electro Scourge. So from the Abominant Knight, here's the Electro Scourge. I added lightning effects, but if you look right there, you can see that it's coming up. That's the tail. I was only going to have one Abominant, so I had extra of the weapon. And I'm all for keeping the bits and stuff, so I took the... For some reason I got dark. I don't know why. There it goes. My camera did weird things there. All I did on this is there's a blob of... I trimmed it down, of course. And I positioned the two of them a little different, so they're not the same. But I trimmed it down to the length I wanted. And then I took a bit of green stuff. I trimmed this flat back here, molded the green stuff around the tail, and then just held it in there and let it firm up. And then I'll paint it over so it looks like it blends in. But that's how I did because these guys, the Armiger kits don't have any chaos stuff in them. So I used the leftover heads from the War Dogs, leftover chain pieces from War Dogs, these chain pieces all over, some extra skulls, put them on the cannons, and bits like that to give it more of a chaos effect because, unfortunately, they're all just Imperial Knights. This one has the Bloodletter coming out of the compartment, but then I used extra spikes from the War Dog kits, some skulls, just some chaosify it a bit to make it look more, on theme for the army. But yeah, it turns out really well. Like the way it just looked like a tail. I'm like, you know what? That'd make a great tail and make it more War Dogs. So the Knight Tyrant, who's the one in the rotisserie up there right now, that one is probably one of the most custom ones there is. I was able to find some extra pieces on Etsy. He has extra leg joints to make him taller, an extra waist extension, and then that cool Anubis head I found from a guy called Iron Wolf Minis. But another, like, if you're still building them, Papa Smurf, another great resource is Etsy. You will find some really neat, if you want to chaosify it some more, some really cool bits if you don't have the bits yet. I've got lots of leftover bits from, like, the night kits come with so much extra junk. Like, I've got, a battle cannon. I've got a desecrator laser. I've got a, another warp strike claw. That this one I modified to holding a Tyranid tail. You're more than welcome to use it. I do. No, I'll put that in there later. I went with the corn theme just because I've seen so many really, really amazing Nurgle customizations. So many like really just badass looking Nurgle Chaos Knights. There's like I've seen this guy blend a Greater Demon into a Knight and like all this plague stuff, and it like looks really cool. And I was like, you know what? I have not seen much corn themed. So I decided that route. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go corn. Blood for the Blood God. Skulls for the Skull Throne. But yeah, you can have, like, I mean, for these guys, mostly what I was doing, the Bloodletters, that's just a blob of green stuff with the technical Blood for the Blood God paint on it. I did it in different positions depending on the different knights to give it a variety. So each one's got different spots. The Rampager's got 2, one on each shoulder pad. The Tyrant, I specifically had the idea. It's all good. Scarecrows. The Tyrant, I wanted the Standard Bearer to be flanked by the musicians across the top. The Despoilers got he's a special character bloodletter. I can't remember his name. It's not Scarbrand, but it's got across the bottom. This one was the first one where I did the bloodletters bursting out of it, where I actually cut through the top and then heat gunned it until the plastic was soft and bent it back. That works. Rollies and adding war dogs. I just have the Chaos Knight army. Solid logic, I feel. I had, I was going to be doing I wanted to do a very custom army. And I wasn't sure. I had a couple of ideas. One was going to be Imperial Knights. One was going to be, I want to do big stuff. One was going to be Imperial Guard armor. You're very welcome, Papa Smurf. My other day it was going to be Imperial Guard armor, like Bane Blades and stuff. This is before the detachment that supports that came out. And then I was able to get my hands on the Hound Pack Lance Battle Force box for a Screaming deal. So I'm like, all right, Chaos Knights it is, because I just got 7 War Dogs. And then in Adepticon, I got the other ones. Okay. I love the kit bashing. I'm okay at painting, but I love the kit bashing. That's, I think, where I have my most fun. Always save the bits. I will, Papa Smurf, I will highly recommend. Thank you for the follow, Papa Smurf. If you're going to be doing the full Chaos Knight army, for the big knights, for these guys, I am not sponsored, but I will 100% recommend the Magnet Baron no drill kits because you get so many extra weapons. There's no reason not to. It allows you to, you can like, okay, I've got this guy's a rampager, but okay, all I have to do is knock his head off, take his claw off, and put on the desecrator laser, and now he's a desecrator. It's worth it just for that. You spend, oh, I see, I'm putting my arm in there and it's blocking the light out. You spend a little bit extra money. I think it's like 40 to 50 bucks for the kit, and it's like buying multiple knights. So, highly, highly recommend it. I've done it on all these guys. So I can easily swap them between, especially now because with 11th, the different ones have more flexibility now. Like the double Gatling Despoiler might not be the, sometimes isn't going to be the best anymore. So if I don't want to be double Gatling Despoiler, oh no. Now he's Gatling Battling Cannon Despoiler. Ta-da! Yeah, I've got enough bits that I can turn one into a, I can't remember the name of it. I've got my sheets, my cards. Ruinator. I even got the bits that can turn one into a Ruinator. So it's, for the big nights, I feel it's worth it. You end up, you save money. So you don't have to worry, I don't have to spend 200 bucks per night. Damn. That's a lot of trays eliminated. Do some snakebite leather. Yeah. I'm all for having a fun, creative army. I don't like... The knights are just... There's so much room for activities. You can have... There. Spines. He's pretty good on that. I need to contrast up that. This guy is pretty close to being done, honestly. Just need the exhaust stacks to dry. I could do some black on this. I'm going to start jumping around a bit now because that doesn't go there. That goes there. I'm very close to finishing up this guy here. So I'll need to... I will be doing a dry fit, but I need the exhaust stacks here. They're still wet from the contrast. I need that to dry before I dry fit because there's... Excuse me. It'll be unpleasant. Lead belcher. Lead belcher. Lead belcher. So... And then once I do that, then I'm going to do the once they're together, then I'll do the weathering. But I do want to do a little touch-ups and some detail work on that. So let's do a little work on this melted gun here. Just pick out some of the details in the melted gun. So it doesn't hurt. I hope Eric is able to get those bits. Because I don't want to... rather not buy claw off of eBay, but if I need to buy the claw off of eBay, I gotta buy the claw off of eBay. Just because I don't know how long it's going to take to get here. I need that too. It's one of the core bits I need for that night. Now, thankfully, the Knight Lancer I don't have to worry about magnetizing at all because there are no weapon options. The Lancer can only be fielded with one way, so I don't have to worry about trying to magnetize it up. Get this all done. Yep. Details there. Okay. Not touch the wet stuff. Pick out some of these details on the auto cannons. You can post your hold on a sec. I need to do something. I see a tail wagging. Wonder Lula. She didn't get up, just tail wagging. I was gonna say you could post cleaning up your workspace as a hobby streak. I don't see why that wouldn't work. Oh, okay, fair enough. So the hobby streak thing, for those that are new here, on Blue Sky, you can follow me there. I post every day to keep going on a hobby streak. I'm on day like 95 of working on models. And the wife has taken up the challenge now too. And is doing hobby streak for her art. Just some fun stuff to extra like daily motivation of it. If anyone happens to enjoy a slice of life comic, goofy slice of life comic about an orc and his pet squig. Squig is based heavily on that very rectangle shaped dog there and her inability to be normal. Please check out Orc and Squig. And let me hit the button at that link there. Because that dog does have issues being just like, really? As you can see by her, you know, she's so excited to see Mommy come down the stairs, but not enough to lift her head. Just enough to wag her tail slightly. It's free to check it out on Patreon if you want. But yeah, we do daily hobby streaks just to kind of keep ourselves accountable, as it were. So. Needs to dry faster. I want to do something with the... Oh, I could do a brass on the end of the tail. Ooh, excuse me. And salute to the new follower, Papa Smurf. Damn, that is tasty, tasty, tasty. It is very, very tasty, tasty. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do a nice brass on the tail spike. Some Skull Crusher brass here. And I'll bloody it up a little bit. Alright. There we go. That'll be good. Just a little more dynamic. A little flavor on that. Okay, we're in the jump around stage of detailing. It's like, whoa, that's gotta wait. Okay, that's gotta wait. Oh, that's gotta wait now. So, alright. Plot letters mostly done. Need to do some Black Templar's contrast. One of my go-to contrast paints. Spare. Oh, contrast paints are a great, great thing. They're handy, dandy, dandy. So just generally a little translucent, but if you put them on just a little bit more, they're not. Right, do the tongue good? Tongue's good. Okay. Need. Still got white on the palette. I need the super duper detail brush. Super duper 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 detail brush. If you're still here, Lady Nightscale, let us know what you got for food. Let us know that you did get food. We'd like to know that you've eaten. Yes, please let us know that you have obtained sustenance. And Scarecrows, you didn't get back to me as to how you got peer pressured into buying Wolf Scouts. I'm curious how that worked. What was the peer pressure? Okay. There. Selling some Star Wars Legion stuff. Nope. Okay. If you have actual stuff to do, please take care of that. You don't have to answer my silly questions. If you're doing anything of like any actual importance, go for that. Alright. I need my wife's favorite paint, the Technical. Blood for the Blood God. This is just a great paint because it has a very glossy, wet finish. I'm going to make her put... You're going to have that on your stream deck soon, hun. Where you hit the button and it says Skull for the Skull Throne. So you can pop that button whenever. You can set up the small Stream Deck. The 6-button one. To be just stuff for silly bits like this. Next down over Game Store there. Headed to White Scar Spray Paint. Oh, and it carries it. While I was there, I was looking to see what they had. They had Scouts there. Wolves for the Allfather. $50 for a box of 10 Scouts for 50. That's a solid deal. And Scouts are handy. Five Wolf Scouts and a Wolf. Okay. This price is $69. You got it for $50. Still a deal. Scouts will be handy for objectives. So right now I'm putting the technical blood for the Blood God in all over the pilot's compartment where the bloodletter is coming out. And I'm going to have it kind of leach down a little bit. I ordered 24 more Terminators and 5 more Wolfen with shields. That's a lot of Terminators. So I see you're going for the 3,000 points. Trying to get the revenge on the Emperor's chillins. Okay, so that comes out there. Fair enough. All of my guys are bleeding from the eyes. Alright, so let's get in there. See if you can response to touch up. That's mostly dry, so I'll be able to dry brush on the that there. Arjack leading those termies is going to be good. Bad Leader is going to lead 10 Wolfen with shields. Nice, nice. Sounds like a pretty solid group. Let's see, Bilcher. Sounds like a pretty solid group there. I think I bored Demon Slayer to sleep. Alright, so I'll be able to do that with the Turner brushing there. Get this, a few little touch-ups here and there, and it'll be... This guy's pretty much... Cause now I'll be doing a weathering and scratches and dry brushing and stuff, but I do that when they're fully assembled because it makes it consistent. like especially on the big guys, when I was doing like the scratches and the damage on these guys up here, to do it when the pieces are separate, like I've been doing here, where I have all the bits on the sides, could be good, but then I have to be conscious that, you know, it might look a little funny if it's inconsistent. So I do the bit of dry brushing for like scratches and stuff, and I use a sponge and just do little dabs with the sponge to get paint chips. I do that when they're fully assembled, so that would look. I just think it looks better that way. So, all right. Yeah, so you go on here. Hopefully that bit's still down enough. So when Wade's Wolfen, they get anti-vehicle 3 and anti-monster 3. Sustains hit 1, reroll rolls 1. It's vehicles, monsters, and characters. That's a lot of damage. There we go. It's going to get in there. Like that. Down like that. So that's kind of where we're at. I think I might actually do... This guy's pretty much ready for some throwing on the ground. Alright, so we need... So it's the walkers, like knights and things. You're going to be hitting them pretty hard. Alright, so... Oof. Oh, that's what I'm feeling. It is time for medication, so give me a second. It's almost time for a refill. Oh. To me, it sounds like the only thing you're gonna, just listening here, the only thing you might struggle a little bit with is stuff with invulnerable saves. Like a lot of invuls, like demons, might give you a little bit of a struggle. So, alright. So now I'm going to do a little bit of dry fitting and then probably get this guy put together. So you know, you know she's hitting them. You know she's wounding them. It's going to be how they can save it. So, like things like demons and stuff with their invul saves might give you a little bit of trouble. Okay. Okay. So now get out this glue. Doesn't mean it auto wounds. Anti-vehicle does not mean auto wounds. Anti-vehicle is it. Hold on a second. It doesn't mean auto wounds. It's if I remember correctly, it's you get extra on it. Page 79. Anti-X, it means that so if you have an anti-vehicle, what is it? Anti-vehicle 3, that means they wound on a 3. And it becomes a critical wound. It means a critical wound on an unmodified roll of 3. So you can still, 1s and 2s will still not wound. But invul saves will be against, you can still work against that. So you got to remember that you can. My ability to roll ones and twos is amazing. So I will still struggle with that. But that's where you're going to have to think of things like invul saves and feel no pains are still going to. That's where you might have a bit of a fight. No, you still have to roll. You absolutely still have to roll. Oh, hun. Minerva. I have over here on the screen is scrolling through the Warhammer subreddit, and your picture just popped up. Hold on a sec. Boop, 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 boop. Right there. I forget I could do that. So yeah, it's there. But no, missed me $130. Fantastic. That is awesome, sir. That helps funds the Space Wolves. But Scarecrows, so the way anti works is if it's anti 3, that means an unmodified roll of a 3 is a critical wound. But you still have to roll. And if you roll a 1 or a 2, you're not wounding. So you can still absolutely not wound. And that doesn't discount their invul saves. I'm actually curious now. I want to check the critical. Critical wounds, page 18. This is a nice index. So, except it's not there.
The underscore Scarecrows cheered 20 bits.
Well, thank you for the cheering, good sir. Making it rain. Critical wounds, 502. 502. Wound rolls. Oh, critical wound. But that doesn't help. Okay. Critical wounds count as devastating wounds, 24. Thank you for making it rain. So yeah, basically it counts as mortal, so they'll still get their saves. So I think that's where. What's the AP on the attacks from the Wolfen? -2. Okay, so they have the anti-vehicle 3. So what you'll do is you'll hit them with AP -2. So realistically, you're going to have invuls are going to be your biggest fight on vehicle stuffs. Like, so that Knight Lancer, he has a 4-up invul. Even with the anti-vehicle and everything, you're going to be fighting his 4-up invul saves. So So, I mean, you push enough of them, you're going to break it. But that's where I'm thinking that is my guess is going to be the only thing that list will struggle with a bit is something with a lot of invulnerable saves. Demons, things like that. 1.93, damn. They're cooking. So you're going to have, like, if you're fighting the demons, are just the one I can think of with the immediate example. Almost all demons have an invul save. So they're still going to have to fight it. All the knights have invul saves versus ranged, and it's a 5-up versus ranged for almost all the knights. The Knight Lancer has a 4-up invul versus everything because he's a shield. So you'll still have to roll the wound. So if you're an anti-vehicle 3, so your 1s and 2s will miss, and 1s and 2s won't wound. So there we go. So you're losing 20% of your wound hits after, you've got hits and things, and but all the big knights have a 5-up invul. 57-12. Sounds like he was not playing his objectives. What disposition was he playing, if you remember? I mean, if you play your objective, purge the foe. All right. So obviously, he was not purging well enough. And what were you playing? Purge as well, or taking a hold? Well, plunging fire will be a huge help for him. Purge as well. Okay, so you're playing meat grinders. Plunging fire is a huge thing. It would have got him a +1 to hit on practically everything. If he's using big knights only. And the Imperial Knights, not Chaos. Imperial Knights are actually really strong right now due to they have a lot of rerolls. And a lot of stuff that can help them. So he might end up using all his rules. Like he should have been rerolling almost all his hits. If he had like Canis Rex out there, Canis Rex is ridiculous. He's strong. He gives you extra command and stuffs. Purge on Purge is Meat Grinder, if I remember correctly. Reading this through. It's no chance to shoot. Neither my 5-man Ancestor or my 10-man Grey Hunters use the ability to give Grey Hunters stealth. Kill 3 out of 5. Stealth would have given them -1 to hit, if I remember correctly. Page 85. Stealth is benefit of cover, 13-8. Benefit of cover is -1 ballistic skill. So basically, it would have been a -1 on his hit, but plunging fire would have countered. Plunging fire should have counteracted that, so it would have been the same. He would have had. Still should have been hitting you on 3s. So that's the Castellan hits on 3s. So that being said, he still has to roll, 3s. there is the 1s and 2s can still very much affect that. All right. That being said, also the Castellan or the Tyrant is a very swingy model because everything he has is attacks, like number of attacks. Like even the Volcano Lance is D3 attacks. The Plasma I think is D6 plus something. So either I could buy 5 more Wolfen or have a whole squad or Ragnar Blackmane. I'd say go with a tank. That's my statement. Decimator's D6. The Plasma's D6 plus 3. But I like tanks. Alright, so now we're... Here's this guy pretty much assembled. So it would have been 1 attack on his... for the Volcano Lance and 4 attacks for the Plasma. Now, so for the 5, he would have had 1 extra. So it would have been 2 attacks for the Volcano because they're both blast weapons. So shooting at a 5-man squad, he gets 1 extra. And then 4 attacks for the Plasma. Not great, mind you. It still has to roll more than a 1. Because it would have been wounding on 2s. And, well, he had a hit first. Which should have been hitting on 3s. But... There's this guy so far. Now I'm going to need to do the, there's a bit of, I see like a, it's like a string there, so I'm going to do some stuff to decorate that up. Now to do the weathering, consistent across it. Correct. That is correct, sir. So we need to let's do a little bit of this. But hopefully, if his dice did anything, oh, then that makes it easier on that side. It's out of stock. It's out of stock. Hey, there you go. That does make it easier. Runefang Steel. So just looking at Ragnar or some more troops. You've got some characters. You've got Logan. You've got your character Dreadnoughts, and you've got Arjax. RJ. I can't remember his name. So I'd almost go with the troops. Yeah. So yeah, you got plenty of characters. So I'd almost say go if you're not going to get the tank, go with the troops. That's my thoughts. Since you have a plentiful amount of characters. Let's get some dry brush going here. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Angron is her fish downstairs. She has a beta fish named Angron because he is personification of rage. Alright, let's go to the Blood Claws of Grey Hunters. Blood Claws gets real wounds from her. Yeah, sounds like you want a Ragnar. Ain't nothing wrong with Ragnar. Black man, he's badass. Oh, for the that bot that came by? Yeah, it's absolutely automated. Jennifer is being printed already. Okay. Oh, I need this. I need a sponge. Where's my sponge? It's over here. Gotta get the sponge out. Time for battle damage sponge. Pardon? Oh, actually I can use these guys for that. My soldering tweezers. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect.
For the Emperor!
Yeah, I see these. She is almost in shrimp mode, as you can see. She is near shrimple. Near shrimpy. She's been very happy since she's been out of the cone for a couple days. You only come here for the doggo. Hey, that's fair. Look, war dogs. All right, so this guy is, for the most part, done. I just got to get him on the base and get the base ready. So, zoom on in. So this is my war dog executioner, number 1. I do see a little bit I want to touch up on there. Nothing crazy, nothing complex. Less trim, but I think it works out well. I like the tails. So I do see a little bit more. I want to do a little bit of wash on the face. Nothing crazy, nothing crazy. So let me do a little bit of, first off, I'm going to clean my dry brush. I always want to clean the dry brush. Let me know when you're back, hon. You're done harassing your fish. Ragnar Wolfen's 113. Didn't you just make 130 bucks? I left and bought the magnet kit and the Chaos Knight Ruinator. Fantastic. So with that Ruinator kit, you can make, you'll be able to make the Ruinator kit is basically all of the Chaos Knights. And with that magnet kit, you'll be able to field them as a Rampager, as a Desecrator, as an Abominant. The only thing with the Abominant is the Abominant has a tail. In the instructions, they tell you how to, you have to like cut one piece back here to squeeze the, so you can take the tail on and off if you want to take the tail on and off. You don't have to. But they're like, oh, you can do that just by doing something piece right here. So you can, but now with the magnet kit, like, oh, you know, now he's an Abominant, and oh, I did want different shields. You know, they, especially with the Ruinator, because you can pop these out and put in the missile launchers. You can change the heads so you can make them different. That magnet kit is fantastic. I fully endorse it. The fact that, oh look, you know, my Rampager, I want to take the shield off and swap it. You know, the fun head or the weapons. It's easy because the kits come with so much bits. I mean, literally come with so much bits. So much friggin' bits. So it's awesome, Papa Smurf. And in the time I did that, I've pretty much finished off this guy here. Oh, I wanted to wash. I wanted to use a little bit of shading on stuff. And I also have from Magnet Baron, I picked up their other magnets so I can use them for magnetizing the bases. Fuckers are strong too. Oh, and follow their instructions. If you're going to be doing the shoulder pieces, follow those closely. Those magnets are fucking strong. Like, seriously strong. You don't have to do the shoulder ones. I did it for one. I didn't do it for others. It's like, I'm not worried about that positioning, but this positioning, that's easy. That I did on all of them. That works too. I do support GW's stuff. That being said, so if you look at the knight on the turnstile right now, I found someone to 3D print me extra leg joints to make them taller. That waist extension is 3D printed, and so is the head. A place to look, Papa Smurf, look up Iron Wolf Minis. He's a guy out of Florida that does some 3D printing, and he has like cool 3D printed unique pieces, like the head. And he does it in a way that, oh, you can use the magnet kit. Like that head pops off just like the rest of these guys with the magnets. So it's easy to do. But he's got some really cool accessories like the waist piece, the head. He's got cool shoulders, more unique armor bits. He's not 3D printing the whole thing, but if you want to make him really unique, it's a cool place to go. And then I said, like, I found the 3D printing because, like, that one's got the extra leg extensions. This guy here these pieces right here, these leg extensions are extra. Iron Wolf minis. Like, Scarecrow Space Wolves, Iron Wolf minis. Anytime. The guy's got some... I've emailed him about doing some stuff, and the order shipped out fast. He's a pretty nice dude. Got back to me pretty quick about questions I had. And I will absolutely support him, because the Anubis head was cool as hell. I was like, I have no reason to do it other than I just like the way it looks. Pretty much. The Iron Wolf minis, yeah, he's got some neat shit. Alright, so this guy is pretty much ready to get put on the base. The base is far from done though, so what I'm going to do is grab some more black. So for these bases, now that the blue is dry, I line all the sides that are going to be in the resin, or the water as it were, and the ice, with black to help give it a little more shadow to it. And I think it helps kind of separate it up. So... one sec. Yeah, I tend to buy the official stuff just because, hey, I like GW. I like their stuff. The store I go to is a nice place where I get to hang out with people and talk games. And by buying the stuff from the store there, I help keep that manager employed. And he's a really, really nice guy. I ain't against the 3D printing cool shit, though. Absolutely not against that, because there's a lot of really cool shit out there that you can find. There's some .987. They're almost there. So we're going to paint the edges of the rock black. Ooh, excuse me. I'm also not sponsored by Iron Wolf. I'm all for... If I find some cool shit that somebody that I like and I can directly recommend, I will absolutely do it. I'm right there in there with the Papa Smurf. Like, we got to, for Magnet Baron, you're going to see their 3D printed stuff in Magnet Baron, because that's the no drill kits. They 3D print the pieces, and it works really well. It really does. And we got to meet them when we went to Adepticon this year, when I was picking up pieces for the Knights, and they had like the smallest booth you could get. They were so flipping busy. They were just nice people. Like, I was like, okay, he was talking me through, what I need to have tool wise. Make sure you have a file, because you'll need to file stuff down. You don't need a drill. You need to file stuff down. I'm all for using a Dremel-esque tool. Made it so much easier. For here's one of the guide pieces that they have, and I still have, if I can open it, that's the list. Here's some of their 3D printed arm joints. I got a few extra of them that I can use for other guys. So, 2 mil. Nice. But yeah, like when we got to meet them, they were just nice. And I'm like, you know what, this makes me want to buy your stuff even more when you're fucking cool. You'll see stuff when you're doing the some of the pieces. You'll need to file them down, and they say you might need to file it. The Dremel made it so much easier, or Dremel-esque tool. And just make sure you. So on the no drill kit. Here, let me do this real quick because this is something I encountered. This is the first one I did was the Abominant. Let me take all this stuff off so I don't break anything. So I literally have all these pieces. These arms here, this on the Big Knights, these shoulder joints, I did do the shoulder magnets. These are magnetized on there. The only problem I have is that these magnets are fucking strong to a point where I feel like I'm going to break something trying to get it off. But you don't need to do it for that, because you have this arm joint here. This arm joint here, this is the piece that they give you, and you're always going to connect your weapons just to that. So you almost don't need to do this piece, this whole piece up here with it. You can, and it allows it to be moved, sort of. Okay, this one's a little easier. Like this one's a little smoother, where I could turn the arm a little bit more. See, like I'm going to break something pulling it off, and I don't want to do that. So that's this one right here. But you don't need to. Like that's just where the weapon goes. So, ta-da. Okay, his gun's on. So that's just something to consider. Like when they're doing that, the magnets they're there. They're just really damn strong. So just be cautious of them. And they tell you, they're like, it's funny because in the instructions, there's a picture where they're like, this is the closest we could get them without them snapping together. And I'm like, oh no, they're not joking. They will take chunks of skin. Wolfenor 113 and Warhammer 102 on Prime. Well, is the Amazon one? Are you buying it from a store? Because actual retailers do get a discount. That's something GW does to support the retailers. All brick and mortar all stores, resellers like bigger ones can sell it at anywhere up to like a 15% discount off of the GW list price. Yeah, I mean, do you need them by next, Tuesday? Do you need them by Tuesday, or can you wait a few days? I mean, don't get me wrong. I do enjoy a bit of instant gratification, but if you can give it a few days, you can support your local store. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Unless you get a game coming up and you need the models by then hey, go for it. Thank you. It's all good. 96 from so if you're okay waiting a few more days, you save a little bit of money, and you support the store. That sounds a bit like a win-win to me. So, Assassin Snail drama, you say? I mean, that's just me, Scarecrows. I'd say support the local store if you're cool with it. And if it saves you a little bit of money, too. Hey. I think that sounds like a win. That's a lot of that's a lot of little snails. I think I've turned Papa Smurf onto Iron Wolf minis. For the cool night pieces. Also, partly by doing this layer of black around the cork rocks, I help. Now, I've already painted all these over with Elmer's glue before priming them. As a way to seal the cork to stop it from soaking the resin up. Because one of the first War Dog I did this on, I learned it's got some really cool stuff. The faces and like I love some of the heads. It's got some cool stuff. I'm all for the cool custom stuff like that. Anyway, so I already did one of the first War Dogs I did this on. Actually, the first one, I didn't realize how much resin the cork would absorb, and it did a bunch. So I had to pour more to fill it up to get to where the level I wanted, which it still was low. I then found out about completely painting the cork in Elmer's glue first before even priming it as a way to seal it. So I did that now for the rest of these. Don't look at it that way, Scarecrows. You're going to paint. You're not going to fail at painting. You can always repaint them. You got to start somewhere. There's plenty of great tutorials and tools and stuff out there to help paint. But don't look at it as failing at painting. I mean, I've got my first models sitting right over here still. One of the first models I have, and he's probably one of the better ones. I think I've got ones that look even worse than him chilling in a box behind me. One of my army cases on the floor here. The thing with the videos, and I've watched a lot of painting videos, is a lot of them are great at giving you techniques and things, but they they're like, oh, then they're like, this is 3 easy steps to paint this. Okay, it's 3 easy steps with practice. They make a lot of stuff look a lot easier, and it comes through, and it is just a practice thing. There is nothing about it other than you just gotta do it. Where it's just your pain as well. Yeah, I absolutely fit that description. I 100% fit that description. Thank you for watching. And I can tell you that I've been painting miniatures since, the 94, 95. And a lot of my stuff was absolutely trash. And has been. But that's gotten better and better. Now I've had the point where I could hammer this guy out pretty quick using some basic techniques. Slap chop, dry brushing, contrast paints, things like that. I built on adventure. He's just been sitting here. Sorry for distracting you. But you're gonna find stuff. You gotta kind of find your groove. Don't ever, you're gonna start painting somewhere. I mean, thankfully Space Wolves, they got some, Space Wolves gray contrast. You got rust gray. You've got they got colors to make it that direct you where you need to go. I mean, this is the first Space Wolf I've painted. He's not finished because I got distracted by doing other things. I did it while I did a joint stream on the Wolf Priest. This is all done using very easy techniques. And I just bought the model because I love this model. I think this Wolf Priest is just a great model. It's got such a presence. It's like, I'm a badass motherfucker. But yeah, you just take him with, I'd say prime him gray. Gray sear maybe. Or a white would work well too. To get that base coat, dry brush on like if you hit him gray, dry brush on a nice white. Hit him with a Space Wolf gray contrast. That's going to be pretty close to done. That won't be too bad at all. Oh, goodness. Ugh. White scars, what you got? That's a good white one. So they're going to come out very, very white, so you're going to want to bring them down. So then maybe use a basilicum gray contrast to bring them down, or Space Wolves gray, which would give it that kind of color. Then that'll bring it down from the white. Dry brush on a little white to paint up the trim. They'll be Space Wolfy enough. That sounds solid. Soul Blight Gray. I don't have Soul Blight. Soul Blight Gray. Is that one of the contrast paints, or is it just like a layer? I'll have to take a look at that color tomorrow. You'll be going to the GW store tomorrow. Clean this brush up real quick a little. If I don't need the color, I'm not going to grab it. It's a shade. So shades are very, very runny. I mean, it could work on the white. I don't know if the shade will bring it down enough. So, that being said, if it doesn't, just go over it with the contrast. Because the shades don't. So, like a great example. So for this guy here, howdy, Nightshade. You can see this, like, let's try to set a spot where you can really see it. Okay, here you go. On this shoulder pad, that little dark line is Nuln Oil. That's a shade. That's what it did. Like, there was a Nuln Oil on this skull here. It brings it down a little bit. It doesn't bring it down too much, though. You like the tail? I like the tail. I should shade the tail. I'm looking at that. Speaking of shades. Okay, here's a great. I have... That's a contrast.
For the Emperor!
That's a contrast. More Lulacam. Okay, that's for Nightshade. There you go, Nightshade. There's the croissant. Another one that might be good for you, Scarecrows. Gryph-Charger Gray. This is a good kind of ish. Kona's got. She has an ish. She has been without the cone. Anyway, so I'm going to use the infamous Nuln Oil, which is a shade paint. So it's a very watered down paint. So here you go, Scarecrows. We'll just real up close so you can just kind of see how the shade's going to work. This is Skull Crusher Brass without anything on it. So I'm going to take some shade, some Nuln Oil. Just do that a little bit. And that's all it really did. It just kind of gets in the edges and just puts a little bit of it. Oh, the ear's going. Just does a little bit there. So I'd say when you do the white, experiment with the that shade on there, because that's not going to be as dark as Nuln Oil. Nuln Oil is like the darkest of them all. It's the black shade. But you want to experiment with it a little bit, is it might just end up giving him a bit of a dirty look, which is fine if that's what you want. But if you're not looking for that, it's not going to really bring down the color much. So there's still going to be very white from the White Scar paint. So I would say try it. It might work and you might love it. Fan-fucking-tastic. But you might do it and be like, this doesn't, it's still very white with just a little bit around the edges. So you can, like I use a bunch of different shades on the Night Tyrant, who you can't see because we're looking at Lula right now. I used 2 different shades. I used Argex Earth Shade, which is a brown shade, even though it looks black here, it's brown. And this very blue one. See, it kind of like I did the blue and it was just nice. Any Nuln Oil will. The Soul Blight is, I'm guessing that's more of a grayish shade. I don't know, that might, on white, it might also make it look dirty, but I don't know if it'll bring it down much. It's still going to be very white. So that's where I was suggesting a contrast paint, because it's thicker. You'll still get the white coming through, and it'll still pool in the corners. But it won't... the shade, I don't know if it'll bring it'll make it less white, if that's what you're looking for. But I use like a bunch of different ones. Like I've got a green shade that I use on stuff. The Biltan green is really nice. Got more Nuln Oil over here. I use a handful of the shades. Like I've got Flesh Shade is very reddish. I've got the Cassandra Yellow. Got a lot of Urgex. Apparently use that a lot. The Druchia Violet is a really nice purple shade. But I do think that, ooh, you know what? Speaking of, Typhus Corrosion might go well on some of these things. But yeah, Nuln Oil will make it look dirty, but the gray one might do the same, if you're going straight on the white. So it might turn out to be exactly what you want. So that's where you gotta take it. Absolutely. Show us on the Discord and we'll say, hey, that looks great. Or you know what? You need something darker. Do you have extra bits? Do you have any extra pieces, like shoulder pads or anything left over? Since you were doing some, since you're getting some 3D printed bits, right? I would say do it on a bit. Take like an extra shoulder pad, prime the shoulder pad, experiment with that. Try the shade and everything on that and see how it looks. That way you're not feeling that you're like, oh man, I messed up a whole model. I messed up a whole Wolf Scout. No, you'd be like, oh, I have spare shoulder pads. You experiment with the painting that way. That way you can really see how you want it. There you go, your extra gun from Landspeeder. It doesn't have to be like an exact armor piece. You can use whatever. If you have some extra pieces, try it. Try out your paint schemes on stuff. I'm trying to think of something that has creases or lines. The gun from Landspeeder will work. I still think the shoulder pads, because they have the trim around the shoulder pad. That way you can see how it pulls and works on the trim. In the corners of the trim, like this trim right here. So the little Emperor's Eagle in there, that is a thing of gold and a shade. And that is it. Alright, so we got
the _little_Kriegs_man followed your channel.
The little Kriegsman follow. Thank you for the follow. You're coming in right at the end of the stream so far. I appreciate the follow. We got done pretty much this Night Executioner is finished. I got to finish up his base, which the only thing is I got to let his tail's got to dry. But this is where we're at. I think it turned out all right. Even got the eyes on the bloodletter. You can kind of see him there. The War Dog Executioner came out pretty good. I'm digging it. I'm looking on there's my monitor here makes it bigger than it is, so I can kind of look for things I need to correct. Try to see if there's anything on here detail-wise I need to fix. Actually, I think I'm pretty happy with this one so far. Yeah. I think this one turned out decent. Just come here. Alright, so Tune Storms to find out. Fantastic. I look forward to seeing it, Scarecrows. Alright, we also got 2 layers of the paint on the base. I still see some spots. I could hit it a little bit with a brush while we're at the end of the stream. But definitely don't be afraid to use the extra pieces to experiment. I just saw it. I saw a piece that needed black. There it is. So. How you doing, Nightshade? Definitely want to get this sealed up as much as possible because, and I've still got a reasonable amount of that resin left. So, but I do have one more big night to do. So I got 2 smalls and a big to finish up with the basing. So the resin should be good to get me through that. Should be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will. So I got to experiment on what I want to do with the base. I've got a pretty good idea for the base on the Lancer once I get the bits for the axe. We'll see. Now, it might get delayed a little bit depending on part availability. I hope to start on stream, though. But we'll see. And I've also got Nurglings to paint. Just to fill in some potential extra objective bodies. Though I don't think they have an EOC. So I don't know if they can actually take objectives. Now I'm thinking about it. So a little bit of last minute housekeeping. If you want to follow along on with all my work off stream, check me out on Blue Sky. Which will pop up in a moment. If you enjoy silly slice of life comics about an orc and his pet squig, based heavily on our dog Lula, check out Orc and Squig right there by Minerva Fox Art. I stream every Saturday, most Saturdays, and Sunday and Monday, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. I'll be looking to do some joint mini painting streams with Lady Nightscale. As soon as we get that set up, I'll message her on Discord. It'll be fun. I can leech off of her follower count. And if you enjoy the Warhammer themed music, please check out Mano. Oh goodness, I have it covered up by a screen. Should come up in chat in a moment. Manotha. It's Manotha Tributes, or you can find him on YouTube. He is gracious enough to let me use his music for Warhammer themed music. But I think we made good progress today. We got one guy pretty much done. So tomorrow, I'll start off by doing the texture paint on the top of this. And that base will be pretty much ready for once the texture paint's done. Then I'll do the weird goopy gloop. Oh, there's Manos thing. So I'll stop that. Tomorrow we'll be working on this War Dog Executioner. Now his blood letter is going to be on the base, so it's just kind of loose here. His blood letter will be just chilling on the base with him. Just because I felt it looked cool that way. Kind of like the my despoiler over here. Yeah, that's the Abominant. That's the despoiler. I'm mixing them up. But we'll be going through that. And then tomorrow, Scarecrows, you'll watch, because I'll dry brush this up with the silver and do a contrast on top of it. So you'll see how I get this kind of red metallic-y look. So, but with that, thank you everybody for sitting and hanging with me while I paint through some War Dog, paint through a War Dog Executioner. Appreciate you all being here. Appreciate all the new followers. And I have spots all over my thing. Anywho, with that, I will see you all tomorrow night. Good night, everybody.